I was like getting ready to say hello. I'm like, there's no camera there.
Oh, I just.
Well, are we audio
hit the
now?
mic.
Yeah, we're audio.
Oh, hey, everybody.
hey guys, welcome.
Hey.
We have the camera coming post haste.
Present.
We're just audio here.
We made a
Well, well,
made a little
well.
boo boo.
Wow, wow, wow.
That's all right. That's all right. We were in the middle of a
Joel
heated
Butts is on here.
conversation.
Can I scream
Joel's
Joel?
supposed to be here.
Can I scream Joel?
No.
All right.
I really wish Joel's
Hi,
first name was
Andrew.
Richard.
Richard Butts.
I really.
So,
I said that to a guy that I knew, and he got really mad.
Joel should name his son Richard.
I guess. Because
What'd
you
you
probably
say?
heard it.
Joel
a
should
million
name his son
times.
Richard.
I think he's playing on it. So,
Good man.
So,
See,
what's,
Joel's got
are
a
you
sense of
playing
humor.
WoW while we're?
No, I'm not you. I'm not gonna sit here and play HQ while we're streaming.
HQ's not WoW. The graphics
Wow,
of
wow,
HQ
wow.
are much better than WoW.
I'd say some of the characters in there are more entertaining.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Gotcha.
That's a whole different conversation. So,
Oh my god.
at any rate, so
Richard Butts?
we didn't talk about this last week. I don't know if it came up between then and now. The door is officially shut on Spider-Man. Is that true?
Anything,
For now.
Anything
For
can
now.
happen.
No, so it
Anything
said,
can happen.
Whenever
the
money's
article,
involved.
the article I seen said Sony shut the door officially. ...
For now.
For now.
So everything
right.
I've seen has been Sony making statements. Marvel has yet to release a statement.
Well, there's one.
So,
Kevin
so
Feige
Sony
did
could
an
be-
interview saying that.
He was very much interested in continuing relations. I
Sony
read
could
that.
be just putting on like that could be a public
It
relations
could be.
thing.
It could be a
Like let's
tactic.
put the pressure on Marvel. Let
Exactly.
people know that like they're the ones.
Yep.
And I don't know who's more at fault, but it just seems like a win-win for both parties. You said the Ant-Man and Wasp are done, huh?
Yeah, I read that they got shelved.
Why?
Like not even
There's no
going to
plans
be
to
cameos.
use them in any of the new upcoming movies or series.
That's really
They had a
bummer.
very important role for Endgame, and then now that that's over, there's no use for them.
That's unfortunate. I really like those movies.
that makes
like
them a plot device, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Well,
right?
I mean,
Kinda.
portions of it were.
Their movies were good.
Hey, we got a camera.
We do
Prove
have a
it.
camera.
Prove it.
Way to
Oh
go,
my
Brad.
God, you win.
You literally rolling.
I proved it.
All right, so I mean, what else is going on? What else is new?
Brad wanted to talk about
Let's-
it, but we
Yeah.
don't know what it is.
Oh my
Brad,
god.
can you tell me
that
what
was
it
actually
is?
that was actually Jake's idea,
Oh,
but
yeah.
he won't tell us what it is.
But I don't know what it is.
So it was really good.
But what is it?
I'm not doing this for an hour. I'm just not doing it.
All right, guys, we'll see you next
And
week.
don't ask me what it is, because I'm just not doing
I'm
it.
not-
what
you
are
know,
we
I-
doing?
Let's talk about it briefly, because go ahead. You
About
guys
what?
liked it.
You
I
didn't
thi-
like it?
Okay, he was
I didn't like
disappointed.
it when we watched
I
it.
didn't
He was
dislike it.
disappointed.
Like, it's just-
I think the complaint that it was a little long is valid. It was quite long. I think everything they showed, most of it was important to the plot. I thought the acting and directing and cinematography, all of it was really, really
You
good.
can't really cite
Yeah.
those anymore, though, can you?
I don't
Why
know. I
not?
had this
I
conversation.
Why not? Why
I
not?
feel like when you. I don't want to do it,
I had
man,
this
but when
con-
you talk about The Last Jedi, you're like, it was a very stunning movie.
It did look great.
Right, but it almost feels like just like. Okay,
That's-
like
That
that's what
doesn't
they're
mean
meant
it's
to
not
be.
a plus for the movie.
That's fair.
Okay, so
That's fair.
I
guess I'm
but
saying it kind of almost goes without saying nowadays.
Not
doesn't it?
always.
It doesn't. That's true.
Look at Venom.
yeah.
There were scenes in there that looked like I drew them.
That's fair.
So
And
I
then
had-
there were scenes that were amazingly stunning.
I had
Hey,
the-
Venom. That's just as good as
So
Spider-Verse.
Last Jedi didn't have a lot of good acting either. There was a lot of poor acting, and then I would say the directing and
I'm always
script was
hesitant
all
to say
off.
poor acting because I feel like I don't.
You're not
I
an
don't know. I'm
expert.
going to appeal to the expert.
So
on
I
this.
really don't think McAvoy did a really good job in this movie.
Who?
He's critically like
No, James
being
McAvoy?
renowned for this
Yeah.
role, though. A lot of people are saying he did a really good job.
I think
I
he's
didn't
really
like
good,
him.
but I didn't feel like he was the kid.
Who?
I felt everybody
He
else
felt like
looked-
he was one of Split's,
James McAvoy, Bill.
Yeah.
That's
The
how I
kid or
felt
the
about
adult?
it.
The adult.
The adult.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
Maybe
didn't
it
get
was
that
just the
connection.
accent
Well,
that I
like
didn't like.
some characters,
Yeah.
some actors did so well. Like Eddie and Richie were like so good.
Yeah.
Maybe
To
it
their
just
counterpart.
overshadowed how like maybe they did so good.
Yeah.
He kind of get his
Yeah.
acting while good seemed
Well, to be
less.
fair, Richie and Eddie did kind of almost overshadowed Bill in the original too. Their characters were more like
You're talking
Even
about
though they
in
weren't-
chapter 1.
in
not-
chapter 1,
okay.
yeah.
But what's
yeah,
it?
yeah. What is it?
Stop.
So anyways,
can't.
I had this conversation with Luke that even if you can like throw out your suspension of disbelief and maybe some plot holes, it's still very entertaining to watch like a good production, like good acting, good directing, good editing. Like it still was super entertaining to watch the movie.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
Regardless of maybe some
There
plot
was-
holes that.
We talked about it briefly. There was a couple of points of humor that I felt like didn't really add to it. Kind of pulled you out of.
Well,
the,
yeah, right. So when the
experience.
leopard barfs in the guy's face, and what's that song that was playing?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was pretty
Right.
funny though.
It was funny.
But it does take you out.
takes
It,
out
it was
the
funny,
horror of
but
the-
yeah, but it
And it
subtracts from
almost-
the
The
horror
puppy
of the
scene.
And
movie.
it almost masks the point where you see it get
it did.
scared.
It did for me.
You know,
Yeah.
It did for me.
exactly,
I
yeah.
totally missed it.
And it's
Yeah.
all based on. I swear it's the formula from Disney. We got to put a humor in. We got to put the laugh in somewhere.
and that's what it felt like. There
Yeah.
wasn't that aspect. I mean, I think there was humor in the first in chapter 1, but that aspect was.
There's nothing wrong with
far-
humor in a. I think it's called bathos, Tony. I mean, are you familiar with that? Like it's humor that's inserted out of context, like with no
Oh,
context.
no.
It's just like the example I saw was in Ragnarok when the Hulk jumps out of the plane and he falls and dies.
Yeah, yeah.
Because when it totally breaks the immersion in the scene.
Yeah, like it would have been
That's
really cool.
bathos.
It would have been.
Not that it's bad. That's just like what it's termed.
I don't like it. I feel like
It
I
would have
think-
been much more.
I feel like it's counterintuitive to what
What you want to do?
it's
when you
happening
want a
in the
dark
scene.
tone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say a couple of scenes, the humor cut out, like the dog scene and the leper scene,
Dog
and
scene.
the puppy,
Dog scene.
the puppy, the scary, not scary.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
At
mean,
the end,
to
right?
be fair, that
I don't
that's what
remember that.
I
to be
didn't
fair,
like. Yeah.
I really like for what it was. I really enjoyed
It
it,
was-
but I would preferred the darker sense of the scene.
I think that was probably one of my bigger critiques too. Is like they had a lot of really impactful moments that I think they really kind of messed up with
Well, they
a lot of
ruined
that
them.
humor.
Yeah, absolutely. They
Yeah.
pull you're feeling these things for the characters, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Here, make sure you laugh," and you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm watching a movie."
Yeah, yeah, and
No, I agree. I agree.
yeah, and
That being said, though, when they were all out climbing out of the water, spoilers.
There's water involved.
Hey, no, spoilers.
why?
Close your ears.
I was seriously tearing up, especially when Eddie
No,
breaks down.
Richie.
Richie, when Richie breaks down, like the emotion of that scene hit me hard.
Are you talking about when they're in like the
When they're
quarry,
in
in
the
the
very
quarry.
end?
Yeah.
Very
Okay,
end,
so
yeah.
not in the cave. They're like
Right.
out.
So
And everybody's like, "Is everybody okay? Is everybody okay?" And then they pan over to him, and he broke down.
yeah,
He's crying.
Yeah.
That hit me hard.
The inconsistency there, where they're willing to break tense moments with comedy, with the comedic characters throughout the whole movie, and then maybe it made the scene more impactful. The comedic character, instead of making a cheap joke at
Like
the expense of
everybody
the tension,
expect-
like
Yeah.
everyone expects, he breaks down and like.
And
Even
that was really
other
powerful.
characters
I
tried
really-
to
really liked that
levity
scene.
up the situation, and he couldn't do it.
I really appreciate the value of that. My problem when that happened, so I've teared up in other movies. The reason why they didn't really have a huge
don't
emotional
believe it.
impact.
Nobody believes that.
Well, I'm sorry, but the reason why they didn't have a huge emotional impact on me was because of just because of the way the rest of the movie was filmed, like where all of those huge
paced, really, right?
paced.
Yeah,
What-
because it
I
when
thought the
they
pacing
move-
was bad.
when
Oh,
they move
paste.
through-
I thought
yeah,
you said
yeah.
paste as in glue. I was
Oh.
like, I don't understand. But yeah, so I mean, so the way, so it kind of how they used comedy to lighten things up, and then they had this really impactful scene at the end, and I just didn't.
Another complaint about the
It
movie
connected
is
with
that
me.
Yeah,
so,
it-
I mean,
like, I
yeah.
was already disconnected from the movie. I mean, the movie's almost
Dude,
3 hours
when,
long. I was already
when the guy
disconnected
gets caught
in that
the
way from the
deadlights
movie.
and just like goes limp.
Yeah,
That I thought
I
that,
was-
that
that was
That scared me.
yeah,
Like,
that
I
was that
like,
was
oh
one of
my
the
God.
that was one of the most
good
genuine. Yeah, well, I got one of the most genuine feelings of dread
Exactly.
watching that movie.
Yes. Yeah.
that
And that scene.
Yeah,
I
that
think
was probably the
therein-
most dread I've ever felt.
And then
felt
we followed
watching
that
that
up with the
specific
scary
movie.
puppy.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
that-
exactly.
but
then you
that
get scary
scene-
puppy, and it's
And
like,
it bothered me.
That
Well, the
scene
puppy
when
was
that
before
happened, that is my biggest issue with the It franchise. That it can do that. The alien or
yeah,
whatever
but
can
like,
do, and then
you
all-
have to just
I understand.
In the context of the movie, it explains it. You may have missed it. but-
sure,
or disagree with it.
I do very much disagree with it. I think. Like
How?
the fact that it can
No,
do that.
so they
I just,
build
I
a
just
world
don't, like-
and
no.
explain how
no, I
things
just don't
work
like
and you
it.
don't agree with it?
takes me
That's
out of
fine.
it
That's
'cause
fine. You can dislike a plot. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
And I'm not saying it was poorly done. It's just the fact that that can happen, and then they can just bully it. It just those two are
Oh man,
so
we just blew up.
they're so antithetical to
I
me
hate
that
how
it
it
takes
doesn't
me
just go.
out of the.
No, that's fine. Like I can.
And the movie felt like a collection of events.
Yeah,
Those
so
are my
that
two
was
biggest
that was
critiques.
one that was a big
Jake
complaint.
Campbell says it's a great movie. It's not entirely horror. What are you talking about?
Go ahead, make your point while he.
What's it?
Okay,
Please
Stop it.
stop.
Unbelievable.
Just stop.
all right.
We
so
need like an eject seat, like
one,
in the Batmobile.
one
Like,
complaint of the movie
I'm not
is
paying for
that
I will. I'll pay for it.
Nobody cares, Jake.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
so another complaint I've read about the movie, and I didn't really agree with it until I read it, or I didn't realize it until I read it, was that throughout the big chunk of the movie, the big middle was like the beginning is about them all coming back together, and being together is a big theme in the movie that they need to be united. They are all commanded to separate and do an hour and a half of events of by themselves, and I agree that like it would have been better. Like they did it in the first movie too, but it felt more natural in the first movie.
So I mean, we talked about this too, where like in the context of the movie, the first one, the only reason they could beat it is because they believed they had to be together,
Yeah,
right? And then the second movie was more about Mike convincing them that they could beat it,
yeah.
and they needed that context to go away and realize that they have to help on their own and go through their own emotional struggle.
I liked the scenes, but I agree that like in Brad's, this is why I brought it up, is because 10 minutes ago Brad said something that he didn't feel the weight at the end because, well, throughout the whole movie you're watching them individually, not together, and then so at the very end, throughout a few action scenes and horror scenes.
Well, I mean that's not fair. Like if we're
I can understand his perspective
Yeah.
where he didn't see a film of togetherness. He just saw it at the very
That
end.
was part of it.
But right before that, they showed like 4 or 5 scenes of him going and scratching the guy's name into the
Eddie? Yeah.
They showed the
bridge.
flashbacks?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that was essentially him
But-
describing how much the other guy meant to him.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I mean, you didn't
It was
see
kinda
the
blunt,
E. You didn't
even.
see the E till the very end. You just
Yeah.
see the kid going and scratching on the bridge.
but
I mean,
after that
you could
scene,
assume.
you understood it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I
don't
understand.
know.
I guess I understand in the aspect of Richie's character, but the whole togetherness, on his perspective, were like, you didn't get a big movie of unity. You got a majority of the movie of singularity, and then finally at the end they're together.
Just it was different
Yeah.
different events, and I really don't. I'm not a fan of the kind of horror trope like, oh, get your thing and put it in the box. Your avatar. Or, you know what I mean? Like
I
it
thought-
happens a lot. Like
I thought this-
Annabelle.
that was-
like
I
I
thought
thought
it
in
was
this context
happened really
it made.
well.
I thought in
Yeah.
this in the context of this movie, it made a lot of sense, especially for the evolution of the characters.
But how great
Yeah.
was it that it didn't mean anything?
Yes, it did.
When
it
it
meant
came to.
it
But
meant
that's-
entirely.
it meant everything
it meant-
to everybody except for Mike. Mike's the one that screwed it up.
yeah, but
No, I
okay,
get
so
it.
like
Yeah,
the
I get it,
token-
but in the grand
Yeah.
scheme
the
of things,
what if he hadn't
the
been able to
tokens
get
were
a token?
pointless.
Well,
No,
the
they-
literal token. What if
Well-
he hadn't been able to get the token at the thing, like at the broken down movie theater? Or
Well, he
whatever?
would have.
Well, that's the thing is that they had to believe it meant something.
No, I understand
Yeah,
that.
so he-
but
so he
that
would've-
was not
yeah.
clearly conveyed to a layman who didn't read the book.
Well, I didn't
I
read the
thought-
book either, but
look,
Okay.
it was years ago since I've read the book, and like I thought there was enough of that context within these movies to give you that.
See, I really felt like they were just saying, "Should have read the book, idiot."
So
I really don't feel
I
that,
disagree.
and
I
didn't
disagree.
at all. I don't
Regardless of outcome, I don't think that it was meaningless because their journey was very meaningful.
Thought you were gonna say something.
I really like Andrew right now. He's asking.
What's it?
He's asking the empirical question.
What's it? Well, it is what we're talking about.
But what is it?
It's
So
an alien.
regard,
Right? Is that what it is? It's an alien.
Pretty much.
interdimensional alien being.
It
Yeah.
doesn't really explain it. In the
I
movie.
don't.
It's pretty much.
Is it
in the movie.
interdimensional?
Should have read the book, idiot.
I don't know. So
It fell from the stars. That's all we know.
regardless of regardless if the
space.
ritual worked or not, doesn't mean that their journey didn't matter and wasn't meaningful.
I get
'Cause
it. I get it. There was
it
an inner
was-
journey, but the whole thing about the gather the token. My
but it
point
would
is,
have
but
worked.
they-
But it did. It
I
was
get
meaningful.
It.
If
I get
one
it. It
character didn't
would
mess
have
up.
worked. I would have worked if Mike didn't screw everything.
If Mike would have
I
died,
understand, but
everything would have been perfect.
So the outcome doesn't make the that stuff meaningless.
I don't want to ruin anything, but
We'll make your point. This is literally the show to ruin things. So
I was just gonna
He's
give
being
away.
a real bad joke too.
Gotcha.
I don't think I am.
No, that
think
I
you're
misinterpreted that.
Yeah, I think
otherwise,
you're
all right. So
misinterpreting.
we got to move on from this movie. Any parting?
I think it is a great movie.
I very much enjoyed it.
What would you say?
It.
I enjoyed it.
I think
But
for
what
me
did you
just the nature of the monster and how it be. I think I can't fully. I don't think it was like poorly done.
You just
Not my thing.
You just don't like it. That's fine.
You're allowed to not like it. As long as you've given your reasons, which you have.
Yeah.
You can't say you don't like it with no reason.
I think
But
I think your points are valid. Like if
It's not like I
I
dislike
don't know
it.
about
It's just,
valid. It's just,
well, I
your
think
dumb opinion.
that's fair. That's fair. Scary demon clowns that you can just be mean to and beat. Like it's just I don't know.
Spoilers?
So I mean, literally,
Well,
the
I
movie
mean-
came out.
also the clowns.
They're better than the Tim Curry movies. Those things are trash.
To be fair, the
Actually,
clowns.
I
not
like
the,
them.
I like them too.
can't.
They don't hold up.
No,
they
they
do not hold
don't.
up.
They're
It's an
they are-
entertaining movie.
Yeah, exactly. I actually want to go back and watch those.
I
and
have
watch
it,
those.
dude.
I
Aren't they like
thought
8
I did. I
hours
guess I
long?
don't.
Can I borrow it
It's
first?
3. Yeah,
No,
I think about
you
3
don't give
hours.
things back.
For both part A and part B, not.
Oh, it's one story.
borrow
Yeah,
it?
3
it's,
hours?
yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
I thought
it was
we do a
two-parter.
trade.
It was a two-parter on television.
It was like
But-
100 hours long. Earlier, Brad was like, "Do you think they should have made 3 movies?" And I was like, "Well, the miniseries was like 100 hours, so yeah."
But yeah, so I want to. I actually want to go back and watch the original TV adaptation and see and compare.
TV movies are the
And
worst.
compare. Well, that's,
Miniseries too. It's
Yeah.
just like the epitome.
and
of that.
compare what I like versus what I dislike from each movie.
I will say, I
I'll
think
let you
that,
borrow it, dude.
I think
That'd be great,
that,
yeah.
I have it on
that
DVD.
TV series probably are a better storytelling medium than movies.
yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I think Game of
Yeah.
Thrones definitely showed up. I mean, up until it didn't, but like the ability to cram all that into 2-3 hour movies, or like you
Breaking
can break
Bad
it
would have
into-
sucked as a movie. I'm really nervous about this upcoming movie.
What,
Not real big,
They're making a Breaking Bad movie.
Yeah,
It's a spin-off movie, isn't it?
yeah. Well,
It's
the
not about
so
Walter.
the only trailer
Let
they
it die,
the only
man.
the only trailer they showed
I don't even think it was that good.
the only trailer
period.
they showed was a meth
I never
addict.
watched
A meth
it.
addict is in custody, and
If you
then
like self-torture, you'll love Breaking Bad.
You know what? I
Breaking-
liked it.
I loved the show.
I
I
liked
never
it, but
think
it
I
was
said I never watched
never. It never reached the crescendo that people are like, "This is the best show ever." I'm like,
I- it
every
def-
week I'm waiting. I'm like, okay, like that's pretty cool. Wow, that's crazy. He
Like,
killed
to
that
be
guy.
honest, I
Whoa.
needed to give it another shot.
I
but
binged it and I couldn't stop binging it.
I need to give it another shot, but I got frustrated with it. Like, I'm tired of this show telling me I should feel for these shitty people,
Yeah,
There are
So-
no.
and I didn't.
They're
I
not
got
great
sick of
characters.
watching
They're
it.
not great. They're mostly bad.
They're all bad. Yeah.
Like
And
Jesse
I
gets
don't think
put
I
in
don't
bad
feel bad
situations,
for
but
any of them
so
at any point
We have
of
top
all the
fans.
things that happen.
So the trailer shows a meth addict or a criminal or whatever in custody talking to the cops, and they're asking him questions, and all he says is, "Look, I'm not going to tell you anything. Like, I saw the news just like everyone else, where they kept him in that cage." And he goes,
oh, so it's just happening in the universe.
"Well, no." And then he says, "I'm not going to tell you. I don't think anyone will tell you where Jesse is or is going."
Can we stop with all the
So-
it puns, please?
No,
I
Brad,
really,
stop it.
I really
They're
don't want
making
it.
me smile.
I really liked that.
Joel says he does not like it.
Spoiler alert for
Shut up, Joel.
spoiler alert for a show that ended 10 years ago, but I really
Has it been that long? Wow.
think
I
it's-
really
don't think-
I really liked that at the end Jesse just drives off
I haven't
and
seen the end yet, by the way.
I said spoiler alert.
You've had 10
What do
years,
you want
bro.
me to do?
Listen,
Close
man.
your
I,
ears.
am
Just run
gonna
away.
tell you. I'm gonna tell you right now. If you haven't finished the show yet, that's your fault. All right. 10 years.
I
watch
said
the show.
I literally I prefaced my dislike with I need to watch it again.
So I really liked how they ended things with that character and
Stop talking about it.
and-
I asked you nicely.
Finish what you're saying.
I'm trying to
Jake.
say it vaguely now,
Okay.
without giving details.
All right.
I liked how they ended, and I wanted the rest to be in my own headcanon, and now they're going to make a movie on it.
I think headcanon's always the best. But,
I think when endings, either they need to be absolute or give the audience something to
Have you ever
always
seen
think about for the rest of their
Sopranos ending?
lives.
Have you ever seen The Sopranos ending?
Where they cut
Yeah.
off in mid-sentence. Yeah.
Do you see the ending?
I
of
wish
that?
I
Is that
had a
spoiled?
head cannon.
I have not watched Sopranos. I have no interest. I don't like mobster stuff.
Dude,
Yeah.
I tried to get
My
into it, but
headcanon.
it's just it's so old. You know, I'm like look at like
I really wanna
it's
watch
so
the-
different. You know what I mean?
I really want to watch The Wire, but that's like really
Good
old
man,
too.
Joel.
Like, how does it stay?
They're like driving into New York and looking at the Twin Towers. You're like, okay, man, this is like
What
think
how
it
this
takes-
is gonna end?
Doesn't it take
Yeah.
place in Baltimore?
what?
The Wire.
I'm
I don't
talking
know.
about The Sopranos.
Oh, okay.
Like this, the Twin Towers are in the background, like
Okay.
of every B-roll shot. But at any rate, like then they pick up like their
Depressing.
car phone. You know what I mean? So it's just hard. It was hard for me to get immersed. And then I'm not big on mob movies either. You know,
Yeah, I
mob,
don't really
like,
like them.
Dude, Godfather is so
I like
good though.
I like old mob
Oh,
movies.
I
man.
don't really like them that much.
I like
Oh, I loved them.
I like-
I don't
didn't
think they're
understand.
bad.
I like
fair.
old mob movies, like
Goodfellas or older than that.
older than that. Like what's the one the cops, the Untouchables? I really like that movie.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're talking like
It's
old
about the-
1950s.
It's about the cops versus
1940s.
Al Capone and
Yeah.
and the group of cops that were not to be corrupted, essentially. It's a very
Only Tim's headcanon is the best.
I wish I
What?
had a head cannon. Just like a
That's
cannon
like a
on my head.
Blastoise?
That's
thing?
fair.
Yeah, but on my
Those are
head.
short.
All right,
And it
well,
doesn't shoot water.
we did announce on Monday the our first GT that we're going to host. Our first
Oh yeah, I
grand
saw
tournament,
that.
called the Maple City GT. We're going to host it at the Armory in town here. We're pretty excited about that. That's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of work, and I'm nervous that it's going to suck.
Who's
That we're gonna
what's
screw it
the
up.
tournament on?
It's a grand 40K tournament. So like
Oh,
GT
man,
is a
I was hoping to show up, but I guess not.
You can still show
totally
up.
You're probably gonna have to work. I haven't told you yet, but go ahead, Brad.
Oh, no, you finished.
I thought you were gonna say
were
something. No, I wanted to talk about the GT
Oh,
just
okay.
a little bit, and
Do we have?
I'm excited for it. I really am.
Do we
That'll
have
be cool.
entries like already?
I haven't checked yet.
In August? No, it's
no.
September.
It's in November.
Yeah. Well, no, I was going to say in August.
Directly follows.
Yeah, I was going to say in August, and I was like, wait a minute, no,
It's
because
September
it's
now.
September.
Yep.
But when we originally talked about it, I think we discussed
yeah.
August.
So it's November 9th and 10th at the Adrian Armory, which is a really cool
They sell
facility.
guns.
No, there's
No, they
actually
don't.
no guns there at all.
Yep.
Well, I might come.
All right.
All right.
There'll be a little plastic.
It's only
toy
40K,
guns.
right?
It's only 40K this year. In the future, we will be doing 40K and Sigmar. We really wanted to get it off the ground and see how it worked out.
Yeah.
Get our errors out of the way, because I know we're going to have plenty of mistakes that we make the first year. And space is not an issue, but if you have two giant tournaments going on at once, it could be. So I'm super excited for it. I think it's going to be really cool, and there's never been anything like this in Adrian before. Literally ever. So
That'll be cool. That'll be really
I think
cool.
it'll be a lot of fun. And
It'll be
it's,
really
It's
cool.
kind of in a. Typically, I think we're going to try to do it in the May or June time frame, but we really wanted to get one in this year
Yeah.
to get our feet wet and capitalize on 40K is a really hot tournament game right now. So it's
Brad, if I want to play, should I play Death Guard?
No.
Okay.
Should play something else?
Why?
Because they're bad. Speaking of 40K, you see all the new Space Marine stuff they've been announcing?
I'm super pumped for it.
Have you seen it though?
I don't think you're really
I
pumped for
think
it.
so.
No, he's totally being.
No,
he's totally being
listen, man. I,
facetious.
there was Joel was telling me he was listening to a podcast the other day, and one of the playtesters was like, "Yeah, we think Space Marines might be overpowered,"
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Yeah, I
they've got-
told you that literally when they announced all these rules."
I don't know if they'll necessarily be overpowered, but they're really good.
They're very.
They're
I
really,
think if you
really
go
good.
second against them, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
But we
with
You're
got
gonna be in a lot of trouble.
I don't
when
disagree
when
with
does
that.
the new
Unless you
codex,
can hide.
did the codex already drop?
The Codex
the
is
new
out, but-
codex, yeah, the new codex came out. You've got Ultramarine supplement and White Scar supplement. out, too.
So
And,
we're supposed to get an FAQ in what, 2 to 4 weeks?
I think it already came out.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Really?
it's already out. Yeah, and they actually announced the Raven Guard and the Iron Hand supplement. So you have what?
I'm laughing at a comment. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
No,
That's a
you're
pretty
fine.
good one.
Yay, more Space Marines.
Yeah, we're not reading that out loud.
And anyway, so yeah, did you see the Iron Hands supplement rules they leaked?
No, I saw only the
Raven Guard
the
stuff?
Raven Guard ones.
So the Iron Hands, when they're in the Devastator Doctrine, which is at the start of the game.
Yep.
that might
for
be
free,
the
no
nerdiest
cost
thing.
you.
You're
I've ever
right.
heard
You're
Brad
right.
say.
You just have to be only Iron Hands. That is your cost. You cannot pull guard. You can't pull.
That's all of their
knights.
cost, right? Like you,
Yeah. There's no point
or it's
value.
only Space Marines.
Yeah,
you can
no,
have
it can be
three-
only Iron Hands.
Oh, is there a special?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. There can be only to get that rule.
Gotcha.
Real quick,
But while in
Iron-
the Devastator Doctrine, now not only do they get the -1 AP, but they get to move and fire heavy
This isn't
weapons
school,
with
you
no.
just gotta interrupt, bro.
With no. I'll answer you in a question.
I have something important to say.
I'm talking.
Just
Well,
gotta
just get it
interrupt
out.
him, man.
All
You
right.
just gotta
So
interrupt.
while they're in the Devastator Doctrine, not only do they get the extra AP, but they get to move and fire heavy weapons at no penalty. They get to re-roll, and they get to re-roll failed to hit rolls of 1 with heavy weapons while in that doctrine. as
Wow.
well. Yeah, it's really good.
That's I know what Joel's playing.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
really
go.
good.
Real quick.
Okay, real quick. Okay, so do we still? All our YouTube videos are still up, right? Nothing's been
Yep.
taken.
Yes.
Okay, so Andrew Zupke said, "How do you play that game?" I'm pretty sure we have some videos up on how to play 40K.
I think we got like 3 of them.
Also,
Uh,
if you come in the
So
store, we'll
you
teach
can, so you can start off by looking at our old YouTube page.
Anybody who's
Crapless
interested,
Games. Anyone who's interested,
Brad
get-
has offered to train.
And then
and
don't
teach.
I've been
don't
doing
learn
it this
from
whole
Brad.
time.
Don't learn from Brad.
I've literally teached a lot of people.
You
Teach.
teach them?
you teach them.
Yeah, taught them. Whatever.
I'm teaching
I'm
them.
not teaching them English. I'm teaching them how to play. Clearly.
My biggest
Teached.
problem with the Space Marine stuff is just like put it out. First of all, I really don't like that they're doing these.
I like the new
These
covers.
I like them too. They look cool. The books are cool, but it's another $30 on
Yeah.
top of the codex.
Well, not only that, but it's another
Oh.
rules reference too.
Yeah,
Like,
it's another book to carry
It's a
around.
codex supplement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, it's.
and it's 80 pages. Like they could have trimmed all that down and
And-
put it all into one book. The Space Marine book is massive.
That's probably
There's
why
so
they
many
didn't.
units.
Dude,
well, no,
they
the
did it
reason
to
they did
grab
it.
money.
Yeah,
They could have made it like $15 though.
Exactly.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
it's very thin, and other ones are going to be thinner than those. Like those
I
are the
don't-
2
I
most
don't-
popular.
I don't know. I don't know.
How
if
many
White's-
Iron Hand characters are there though?
I don't know, but
There's
there's
the Iron-
literally only 2 in the White Scars book. I don't think you get much smaller than White Scars.
Oh, okay.
So I think most of them, if they only have 1 or 2 characters, will be about that.
So what you're saying is the 2 or 3 pages of actual rules could have just been thrown in the codex.
Kind of.
They could
There's
have charged
definitely
$50 for the codex.
there's
I got a
definitely more than
legit
2 or
question.
3.
Let's
there's-
hear it.
Why would they name something Iron Hands? That's really dumb.
They literally have iron hands.
So they just walk around like this?
No,
no, like one of the, I think that like when they're initiated, don't they cut off one of their hands and give
I,
them by
Isn't that
I
a comic-
don't.
comic character?
They might.
I think they're all cyborgs.
Iron Fist.
Yeah, they're.
It's not like an iron rod. It's also the future. So like,
Why would they make it out of iron?
They don't.
maybe they don't.
Then
Maybe
why do they
it's
call
probably
them titanium
adamantium.
hands or adamantium hands?
There's
because syllables.
iron hand rolls off the
Iron
tongue.
hands are
Like,
stupid.
Oh my god.
that's
in
fine.
Why do
Isn't
they
there-
call them salamanders or ultramarines
Because they're
or
dragons.
That's a
and special.
great question, Brad. They all sound dumb.
Nah, they're not that bad.
Isn't there a copyright
There's-
on the term
listen.
adamantium?
What's that?
Isn't
Maybe
there a
not in
copyright?
the UK.
Oh, well, they
Yeah.
expire sooner.
Well, I'll tell you what. If
Oh,
there
it's
is,
not
they
in-
ignore
it's
it.
not
Your
in
mic's
public.
buzzing again.
Your mic's buzzing. It's not in public
It's
domain.
just cable.
What
There.
is it?
When you touch it, it buzzes.
Oh, don't touch it.
Yeah,
Is it good?
it's good now.
Hey,
It's good now. Keep your hands off it.
Andrew said, "Who's Brad?" Good question.
We can't find the guy.
He's the furry guy over here.
I wish he would have said, "What's a Brad?"
that should be a TV show.
Oh God, they said they want you to go to the YouTube page, and obviously that's DLC.
Would David say tabletop games?
Oh no, it's the supplement. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's
it's
the
DLC.
same
Our
exact concept.
our continuous outright supplement YouTube page. Or wait, is this a supplement page to Acropolis?
It'd be
Read the
totally
fluff,
different if we were
Tony
making
Taylor.
money off of our
Come on,
supplement
Eli.
page.
I
doing
don't
this out of
have
the
to read the
transfer.
fluff. I've read all
I
the
think we
comic
made a
books it's
grand
based
total
on.
of 60 cents on YouTube so far.
Yeah. Well, we never made it. We never got it.
We never
So-
got it. It
You
just
have to get $10, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
it's there though.
It's
Eli-
probably expired by now.
Eli's
Yeah.
telling me I
Maybe.
need to read the fluff. So like I've played Fallout and I've read Marvel comics. I'm pretty sure I have all of the
I
adamantium?
don't. I
all
don't
of
know.
all of the backstory of
I don't
all the
know if you can say that they stole power armor from
Tony
Fallout.
loves when it is
because I
fluffy.
think this. Huh?
40K is older than
Yeah,
Fallout.
pretty sure 40K came out before Fallout.
Yeah, well, there's more popular things that have coined all this stuff that they're talking.
Well, I mean-
let's talk about the Xenos. No, that's not from Alien.
Wait, doesn't Xeno just
I-
mean different?
No,
It
it
means
means like
alien.
unidentifiable.
Oh, really? I thought it just meant alien, but
Look at you! Cannot tell me
Tyranids?
those
So-
things
I'm not gonna-
don't look like a
so
xenomorph.
the,
I'm
Tyranid.
not gonna
so the
defend-
alien
Yeah.
movies came up with the word Xenos.
No.
No, I
No,
didn't
they
say
use the
did.
language.
You're gonna tell me that those models that look just like an alien from Aliens have nothing to do with that. 40K is a game of stolen ideas.
Absolutely.
I would say-
it's
I
an
don't know.
amalgamated.
I
They've
would
done
say-
their job.
Amalgamation is a
Yeah,
more polite way of
They
saying
did steal it, but
I would
but
say
they
a
did
lot
also
of
morph
things-
it together and change it in certain ways to fit their setting.
Yeah.
But
a
lot of it's
lot
stolen.
of
I'll give you
things are stolen ideas.
Yeah,
What
thank
do you believe?
There's
I was gonna say,
hardly
do you,
original
Adamantium?
ideas.
do you believe?
Name one
Sure.
other place
Sure.
that you've heard adamantium.
I guess I haven't
That's
heard
not
that.
Marvel Comics.
If it's a copyrighted word, that would make sense though.
I'm checking on it.
Do you guys think that all creativity is finite? You know, like there's
No.
nothing.
I mean,
like nothing
we've
new
talked
under the
about
sun.
I don't
this.
know. Have you ever
There's
have you ever been on
news stories
DMT?
News stories are rarely made. You know, there's
They're always
constructs and
retelling
things
or
that
whatever.
we
Well,
use to create.
That was a joke where Joe Rogan says that he's touched into a consciousness that he thinks like 99.9% of humans have never experienced.
Joe Rogan
I
is
think
also
there's
a
a reason.
stoner.
I think I don't think we should be doing that stuff.
He thinks
No, you probably
he
shouldn't be
thinks,
doing
he thinks it's
mind-altering
touching
drugs.
he thinks everyone should do it to reach
He's like, something talk to me. Yeah, your brain, dude. Like,
Stop! Quit it!
stop killing me slowly. It's funny because he'll be like, man, you got to
Oh my
work
God.
out. You ever
Eli
tried
says
DMT?
Brad is it.
Huh?
what?
Brad's what?
It.
Hey, you're just a dumb clown.
Don't be mean to him. He'll literally die. I'll be nice to you forever now, Brad, so I don't kill you.
Well, yeah, that's.
Stolen ambitions.
I
Um,
mean, it was stolen, right?
Stephen King
What?
is.
It's a Bogart.
Huh?
It's a what?
Well, to be fair, then that was stolen.
What's a Bogart?
A stolen idea.
I tried to explain this to you. It's a
I
Harry
really
Potter
want to
thing.
hear it again. What is
So
it?
in Harry Potter, they have. Like
Oh,
a,
that's why I
they
don't
have
remember
a-
because I don't
yeah.
care. I'm not. That wasn't a troll.
He got
that
you.
sounded a lot
That
like-
wasn't-
Oh, I thought that was a really good setup
So-
with a
I
great
did-
execution.
Yeah.
That wasn't intentional.
So
There's a reason
sound
my
like a
brain is
setup.
forgot
Yeah.
because Harry
Didn't sound like
Potter.
a setup.
I was.
That was pretty good.
You gotta let me finish. It was one of those things that 40K stole.
They stole a Bogart.
I'm just saying.
They
What-
very
what's
well
a,
could have.
What's a Bogart?
A
Oh my
Bogart.
God.
Is there anything more
It's-
lame than an Ambull? And then they made an Ambot.
What's an amble?
It's like something that it's like a monster on a spaceship, and then there's a robot version of it for some reason. There's some stupid stuff in the deep annals of
There's a game I want to
the
talk about.
40K lore. Go ahead. Let's get off
What's wrong
this.
with a monster on a spaceship?
There's a video game I
It
want to
just-
talk about. So if you guys want to talk about 40K a little bit longer, continue. But there's a video game I want to talk about.
What do you want to talk about? Let's
Let's
go.
talk about the video game.
Okay,
man.
this trailer just came out, and I know that 3 of us might be interested.
Why wouldn't
Exactly.
Brad be interested?
Huh? It's you. You might not be interested.
Oh, I
No,
always
he,
go
kn-
with
he
the flow,
knows
man.
because he doesn't play video
Literally,
games.
if a crowd
All right.
is
Oh,
saying
hold on,
something,
hold on,
I
hold on.
agree
Let
with
me
them.
ask him a question real quick. This will be over
100% of
fast.
the time.
This will be
Okay.
over fast. How you like Detroit Become Human?
I love the idea of it.
You've had it for like a month.
At
right,
least.
A month? At
So-
least 2.
Maybe.
So the creators of Resident Evil brought out the trailer of Project Resistance. Who's watched the trailer?
I have not.
Dude, I subscribed to like 3 different
Yeah,
groups
so
of Resident Evil shit.
So they often go off and do these kind of subset multiplayer games. And from what I read, this one looks super interesting.
But so did Operation Raccoon City.
Yeah. But so this one is at first I got like a Left 4 Dead kind of feeling for it because it's 4 people going through like a umbrella base, I guess. I don't know. Facility, trying to survive and kill zombies. But then it shows someone on a control board, like opening doors and releasing zombies and stuff.
They're like
and even
me.
and even at the end of the trailer, he controls a tyrant, a Mr. X. So if this game is a 4v1 multiplayer game, kind of like Evolve was, but
Yeah.
better.
What if
It
it's
seems very
worse?
interesting.
It could be. It very well could
Yeah,
be.
It very well could be
he
worse.
Should be a
Listen,
flop.
I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, and I'm going to buy this game.
Yep.
But he is more excited for it than I am. I've had so many spin-offs of Resident Evil. I bought them all, and they've all been garbage. So I'm a bit jaded.
I haven't played them all, but I thought one was. I haven't played really any of them, but I thought one of them was like good. Not the spin-offs.
So your sample size is
Listen, I'm going to
zero?
tell you right
yeah,
now.
but I guess
But I love 'em.
I said I heard that one was good.
I just found out that I have a
Can't-
massive character flaw. Okay, now here we go.
You don't play video
Just
games?
now?
Well,
A single one?
Well, I probably have at least 2. For this one though, like I literally am not a fan of Resident Evil because of the camera angles of the initial games. Not that I dislike them, but
That
like
was
they,
a big point
but
of
they,
the...
but it kept me away from liking the games.
I understand.
You know what I mean?
You
To the
have
point, like, where
absolutely
now-
no reason to not like after Resident Evil 4. And that came out
That's
15
fair.
years ago.
That's fair. But
More than
I
10
played
years
it as a
ago.
kid,
Was it
and I'm like,
15?
this is
Oh, did you?
really stupid. I'm like, I thought the
It
game
added
was
to
broke.
the tension.
Yeah, that,
I mean,
that
but
was
not
the
as a
point of it.
10-year-old though.
As a...
I was terrified of opening
was-
he
doors.
was 20 when he was playing them.
Holy shit. How old are you? 31?
31.
You're 31. So I was, what, 12 when I was playing? That's a huge difference.
Was
I'm
this 30 years
sorry.
ago?
No.
They didn't come out 30 years ago. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
When
love
did
you.
I
Resident
don't know
Evil 1?
why I'm getting the brunt of this today.
I'm sorry, man.
It's-
When did Resident Evil 1 come
Sorry.
out? It was probably like 30 years
Internet
ago.
machine.
It was not.
not
I remember
30
Resident Evil 1. It wasn't 30.
We were not 1 year old, Jake.
It did not.
I
come
was
out,
not one.
It did not come out in 1987.
Oh, 20 years ago then. 20
I
years.
Or
think it was
89.
95.
I meant 20 years ago. 20 some years ago.
I said 87.
I was probably 10 years old.
Yeah, 21 years ago.
Yeah, and I just did not. I didn't care for it.
Uh,
But it's kept me from getting into. You know what I mean?
Well,
really
it
good.
does kind of suck.
96.
I can understand because like
So
oh,
I
shoot,
was.
don't touch that. I was talking to Tatum about it, and she said
I was 11.
she
when
didn't
I
want to
played that.
play, no matter how good Resident Evil 7 and 2 looked. Like she didn't want to play them, or she didn't really like it because she thought the story was dumb. And I was like, well, if you
Dude,
don't
the
know,
story's real dumb.
yeah, but it's still like if you know it all, it's you love it. So like,
No, make
You
it
just
good.
said that you love it, even though it's trash.
I don't,
No,
I don't think
not
it's that trash.
Not trash. The story is just really dumb and simplistic.
Okay.
Oh, she just didn't like she didn't understand the whole story because like in 7 they don't give you any context, but all Resident Evil fans kind of know what's going on.
Well,
I
it is
mean,
the
in
7th game.
In
I
7,
mean-
you don't really need any of that context.
Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't
a
matter.
survival game. Like
Yeah.
you're just you're not a special agent STARS
It's
member.
barely even linked to any of the other ones.
Yeah, right. Chris Redfield. I didn't even play the Chris Redfield stuff.
Oh, I did. It was so cool.
Was it really?
Especially with the VR headset. Real cool.
Yeah,
Is
I'm
that
not
the one
gonna-
you let me play?
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
So I imagine 3 of us
Pants.
might get Project Resistance.
Oh, I might get
I
it.
don't know if I will. I'm not as big of a Resident
Unbelievable.
Evil fan
You're
as you guys.
getting it.
I definitely
need
will
4.
not get it.
Huh?
There's
I
gonna be
won't be getting
matchmaking.
it.
I don't want matchmaking.
Dude, I can't tell you last time I bought. Okay, yeah, I can. I bought Skyrim and Final Fantasy VII on the Switch. Like,
I'm playing Final Fantasy VIII right now, and I love it.
I think was it Jake Campbell that said it wasn't very good, or there were there were some
No.
reviews that were bad of it.
No, well, I mean, he was pointing out parts of it that weren't great. But
I'm not a fan of anything, Tim.
He's on fire tonight, man.
he's also like hitting that nail right on the head.
That's not true.
Not a fan of
Are you serious? Anything other people like?
I'm
you know-
a big Game of Thrones fan.
do you know that-
I'm just very critical of it.
Do you know that,
do you lose your fan status if you're critical of it?
Do you know
Do
that
you like it?
Batman quote?
Yeah, Game of
if-
Thrones is
if-
my favorite.
If you get to a point where it's more complaints than enjoyment, absolutely. Yeah, I would say
Then
you
you're
are
no
not
longer
a
a
fan.
fan?
I would say you're not a fan.
Then
at
I
that
might not
point.
be. I'm not a fan of the show anymore. Then.
So
Yeah.
here's a
That's what, yeah.
So you know
I
that
don't think I'm a Star
Batman
Wars
quote,
fan,
you
then, for that
die,
matter.
you die a hero or live long enough to become a hero. So your
Villain.
That is
Thing-
not how that
things,
works.
things end.
You're always gonna die a hero.
Yeah, so everyone's just here.
So
but-
things end
Always.
as you as a fan, or they last long enough till you hate them.
That's Tim's personality as a whole.
fair. That's fair.
They need to end after two seasons.
No, because then he'll just
That
start
might
hating-
hold water though for a lot of things
But
for me
no,
too.
because he'll just start hating them in a half the first season.
If that becomes the
No,
norm.
I mean Game of Thrones wasn't like horribly bad until season 5. Okay, let me
I wouldn't even say that.
let me
really.
dial back
Season
to rhetoric.
7 for me.
Season 5 was bad. Season 6, 7, and 8 were horrendous.
I don't think season 6 was horrendous.
I think season
7
7
was
and
on the downward slope. 8 was real bad.
Battle
Yeah.
of the Bastards. All I got to say,
that wasn't that bad.
it wasn't good.
It wasn't that good. I'll give you that, but that doesn't mean the entire season was bad. It was a low point.
I don't even know if I've watched. Yeah, I mean that
the whole
that-
series.
That's how you know. Like that's when the wheels fell off, and you're like, oh
Yeah.
man, like this bumpy ride. Like, oh, maybe they'll fix it.
I'm gonna jump on Brad's side here and say we should probably not talk about Game of Thrones
That's fair.
because
Hey,
we'll
man,
be
I-
on it for the rest of the.
No,
I
I
stay
podcast.
I think we all know it's subpar. So
But to be
Anywho's-
fair, I think that's a valid point. Like when do you stop becoming a fan of something? So like I love Transformers, but I didn't go see the last 2
I don't
movies
think
in
it's
the
a
theaters.
quantifiable thing. I think it's just when you decide you're like, I'm done with this.
Well, maybe you're
You
not
know
a
what I
fan
mean?
of the Transformers movies.
That's what I was trying
yeah,
to say.
yeah.
But
So
I, got
I
interrupted
would
by
probably
Tim.
say
No,
the
I
same
didn't
thing for
interrupt
Star Wars with myself. I like Star Wars as a universe. I'm not a fan of the Star Wars movies really anymore.
Yeah, I don't like the Transformers movies.
So
If you
I'm
can,
not a fan.
if you continue to indulge in the product, though, are you still a fan? Because we're all going to see Star Wars.
I mean,
No, that means you're a
I-
sucker.
I buy every.
You're a sucker.
I buy every Assassin's Creed
So-
game, even though
You're a
point,
sucker.
The point I was trying to make is that Tim, you're still gonna go watch the movie.
Oh,
you're
absolutely.
You're still a
Every
fan.
Jurassic Park movie is gonna. Well, okay, if they make 5 more, I might be done with
I
Jurassic
won't-
Park.
I won't go watch
If
the
they
next
come
Jurassic
out
Park.
I
another
will.
Jurassic Park, I'm not gonna go see it.
If they
No,
make
me
another
neither.
there
one,
is a third
No,
one.
There
not
gotta be a
with,
third
not
one,
with
but
Chris.
I'm
There's a
Pratt.
third one.
I'm not gonna go.
There's
you
a
don't
third
want
one.
to see him train the Raptors?
Dude, I
You're
love
telling
Chris
me
Pratt. He's so
I
funny.
liked The Lost World. Okay, I think you're overly critical.
Oh,
of
I
it.
think The Lost was trash.
The
second one was much worse, though.
was
The second one was
was
bad.
very very
Wait,
bad.
Lost
That
World
one.
or Jurassic World? It's not called the Lost World.
Oh,
right?
whatever. You
Jurassic-
guys
No,
know
no,
what I'm talking
Jurassic
about,
Park: The Lost World was a movie.
Yeah. Hello, semantics. Thanks for
I know
It's
exactly
an
what
actual
you're talking about.
title.
You're talking Chris Pratt's
No,
first
yeah.
appearance.
First one
That is
with Chris Pratt.
Okay, well, because
Pretty
when you
good.
said
The
I
last
like,
3
when you
Jurassic
said
Park
I like
movies
Lost
are
World, I was like, yeah, me
garbage.
too.
The third one was pretty bad.
It was so
It was
bad.
bad.
Jurassic Park 3.
Yes.
The first Chris Pratt one, you're being a bit unfair to.
I don't think.
Last one, hot garbage.
Yeah, yeah, I would. The first one wasn't great, but the second one was just.
I think
Real bad.
The books are really good. I
Yeah,
like the
they're
books a
pretty
lot.
good. I liked them. Yeah.
trying to rank
When
the
are you gonna
5.
start reading some of the source material
Never.
to anything?
Source
You can
materials for
literally just listen
losers.
to it.
I'm with this guy.
I listen to it when I'm in the shower. Like that's how I've gotten through these books.
How long is your
If I can,
showers?
Well, I listen to it for however long I
I
shower
listen to
for,
2
and then-
songs, and then I'm out.
Well, you probably need to wash a little longer, you dirty bird. No,
I'm with you, man. I take like 15-minute showers. You
this
know.
is
Mine-
you listen to Freebird twice. He's just totally like
No.
framing this wrong.
I listen to.
Why would you listen? That's such a weird.
I listen to-
Oh, that's the
Just-
second time I heard Freebird.
I
Time to
listen
get out of the
to.
shower.
I listen to Happy Birthday twice, then I'm out.
What?
Happy Birthday.
Is it
It's the Marilyn Monroe version. It's a little
I was
longer.
gonna ask if it was the RE7.
It's sultry.
version, which is like,
Happy birthday, and you're like, all right, I'm getting there, guys.
almost done.
Oh, this is so weird. We should change subjects.
I'm really uncomfortable now.
We've lost all our viewers.
Mr.
fine.
President.
That's fine.
Oh, weird.
No, I don't know, man. Fandom is a weird thing,
Yeah.
and it's
We excited.
it's been under attack lately too. Like you're not allowed to be critical of things. Like the Star Wars.
Marvel's getting hit with it hard.
Well, yeah, because if you don't like something, you're a bigot, and they're like, okay, I don't care that the lead actor or the lead role has a vagina. I don't
like the
care
James
about
Bond
that.
thing
Or
right now.
saying that Captain Marvel isn't gay.
Yeah, that's something actually
In
that's
the
always.
source material, but nobody cares if she is gay. But I mean, I know exactly what
So
you're saying.
I've come under some criticism for not liking the Captain Marvel movie. However, I absolutely loved the Wonder Woman movie, so I don't really understand like what the point is here.
But you're a white male and you
That
You're
might
not,
be the
you're not
point,
allowed to have an
but
opinion.
You can't understand because of your natural bias and privilege.
But I liked Wonder Woman. That was a good movie.
This is something that was said to Tony.
I don't know what Wonder Woman was. I've watched the synopsis of
my
it.
butt
I
is still
don't
hurt
know.
from
It
that.
seems pretty weak.
Dude, it's a good movie. You should
Are you,
watch
you
it.
haven't watched Wonder Woman?
No,
Why
so-
do
You read the synopsis of it and was like, "This movie's trash."
Listen, it didn't look good.
It didn't look good. Are you crazy?
Okay,
It was a
listen.
good movie. It was a really good movie.
Everyone that ever talked to you said it was good, and you're like, "Yeah, I know, I should watch it." I watched.
I should.
I watched
I
The
still
Mummy
should watch
instead of that, and that was a bad decision.
Remember what I said earlier? If everybody likes it, he hates it immediately. Character flaw
Contrarian?
number 3.
character flaw.
I wish we had a counter.
Let's not
on
turn
the-
this into the Attack Tim show.
Are you sure? Because it was the Attack Tony show 5 minutes ago.
I don't know. I don't know.
The Joker movie comes out in like 3 weeks.
I cannot wait.
You know what? I don't know
4
what
weeks.
that's.
3-4 weeks.
Okay, this is turning into a movie podcast.
We talked about 40K for like 10 minutes.
I'm not saying we gotta talk about 40K. I'm just saying like we're talking an awful lot about movies.
There's a lot
Movies-
of movies.
It's summertime. Movies are hot right now.
Everything's hot. Summertime.
Thanks, Brad.
What?
Today
that was,
was
funny.
actually pretty warm.
Yeah, it was warm.
No, I don't.
Got
I don't
grammar
know. I don't
Nazi
know what to
Joel
expect
up in
from
here.
this Joker movie. I think you were saying that's why people either
He's
love it
going
or
to be
hate it.
polarizing.
Yeah.
There's not going to be
I
a
think he's
lot
talking
of
about one
gray
of us.
area.
Who?
Joel.
I don't know what he's talking
Joel is correcting us via
a troll.
how he's
Talk, yeah.
No, he's not.
Said your?
He said. Look, Jason said.
That was the joke,
You don't,
yes.
when you don't like something, you're a bigot.
Oh yeah,
Tim.
yeah. He's
He's just
correcting
correcting
Jason.
grammar.
Okay.
Did I speak it incorrectly?
Show.
No, he's
Yeah, you
correcting
used the
Jason.
wrong
Use
not
the
us.
wrong "your" in speech.
That'd be funny.
he's not-
That
Or-
was the
he's not-
joke. Thank you for
he
getting
Joel's got it. I got you, Joel.
Battle Brad.
Let's see.
Okay, well then let's. What else you want to talk about? Games.
I'm not saying we can't talk about
Magic's
movies, I'm just saying
coming
we
out with
talked
a new
a
set
lot
in
of
3
movies
weeks.
the last 2 weeks.
Magic the Gathering, new set in 3 weeks.
All right,
Spoiler
so
season.
the Joker's coming. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's coming out.
To be fair, this set is really cool. It's
Holy, do you want to actually say something?
I'm bad
You
at
interrupted
speaking.
Jake show.
Okay, well, it's taking its inspiration from the Grimm fairy tales. So like, there's a lot of like there's a card that shows Goldilocks with 3 bear heads behind her on the wall, and she's holding bear traps. It's pretty cool. Anyways, the whole set's themed like that. King Arthur, Arthurian lore and stuff is inside it.
That's kind of cool.
it's better than Pirates and Dinosaurs. I'll give you that.
It's way better than Ixalan. The
Pirates and
there was
a thing.
There was a
Look at
set.
Mike's offended.
There was a set of an island of misfits, essentially, where it had dinosaurs, pirates, merfolk, and vampires.
Very weird.
It was so
wow,
cool.
wow, wow, wow.
Wow.
Wow, 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 wow. Let's talk about that.
Anyways,
real
the
quick.
pre-release for that is 3 weeks. So
The whole.
Yeah, GW gets a bad rep for coming out with products that are for only making more money. Wizards definitely is doing that this time. They're like, you know what? It's really easy to make cards foil. Is that what they are? Like all the collectors ones are foil?
yeah, so they're making collector packs just for
The cards cost literally the same to print, maybe a little bit more, like fractions of pennies
For
more
foils.
for foil. But then like I think it's 12 of them in a box, and it's like $270 for 12 packs.
yep.
And you're like, okay,
Well, not to mention if they're basing it off the Brothers Grimm, they're trying to extend to a different demographic.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
trying to.
which is smart. I think it's always smart to try to appeal to new people to bring
Yeah.
new people into any given
also talking
hobby.
about stolen ideas earlier.
Yeah, I mean, but what are you gonna do? You got to do what? How do you envision something that's never been envisioned?
No, well,
Most
yeah,
of the time,
right.
you come across as a lunatic, or like people don't like the idea, right? They're
Well,
like,
not
that's
only
really
that,
boring.
but like what at that point becomes off topic. So since pirates have already been done so many times, are we just not allowed to use pirates anymore? Ever?
Yeah, that's fair.
So
or
murder,
you
murder
could take,
clown. We just
you
got
could
to
take
watching it.
the Hollywood route and
What's
just
it?
say, we're not gonna remake it.
Yep.
We're not gonna reinvent. We're just gonna remake it.
I don't know. I don't think it's specifically like certain ideas. I think it's tropes like Avatar, right? It's pretty much
Pocahontas?
It's the same
I
story.
mean, sure.
Yeah.
So it's predictable. It's boring. The only thing that sets
That was
movie-
spectacle, though. That's spectacle over substance.
Man, just let me finish. The only thing that
please.
sets that apart is spectacle. Is what I was going to say.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Well,
That being said, Avatar 2, I can't wait for it.
really,
Are-
I'm probably not going to go see it.
When's that come out?
Well, the
2025?
Pocahontas story's overdone, so I'm really interested in what they do now.
I don't want to invest money in that. I don't want, as a consumer, to support that for the industry.
I feel like you just don't want it to be Endgame. So
To
I
what?
don't.
you don't want Avatar. He doesn't want Avatar 2 to be Endgame.
How,
I don't know
what
what
is
that
your
means.
basis on that?
You're a Marvel fan.
I'm going to
You're-
be honest. I don't want it to be an endgame because it's not going to be as good.
But I don't want
do you
it
mean
to
by
be.
that?
He's just being a troll. But I don't want.
Who, me?
No, Jake. Is.
I was going to say, I really don't want it to beat
I don't
endgame.
want to
what
support
that
the idea of
It's
just
box office.
movies that are pretty without substance, and we make them 3D.
Dude,
they
that's,
cost billions of
I'm
dollars. and they make
super happy
billions
we're
of
not going to have
dollars.
this
Like, I
one in
don't wanna do
3D.
that.
I'm
I
glad
don't
that fad died. You want to talk about
It'll
fad that
come back.
needed
You think
to die?
you think
Wait
Avatar?
until Avatar 2 comes
Do you think
back.
Avatar didn't have?
Bring it 3D back.
Yeah,
Just
it'll
because,
come back.
just
It
because
totally will.
Avatar was kind of like a repeated story, or it was a repeated story, you don't think it had substance? Like,
I don't think that movie had next to any substance. No.
Look at the bad guy.
the bad guy didn't have substance. He was, but I thought
It was a waste of talent, even. You had so many big names that there was no value added. Like
It's
Sigourney
been
Weaver was in it.
so long
And who
since I've
cares
seen that
what
movie,
parrot
I
she
don't even
played?
remember,
The acting wasn't
no.
even good. Most of the movie was in CG. You're telling me they couldn't use practical effects for a lot of those scenes?
No, if they want to make the people blue.
It's just
giant people.
it's a hollow movie.
I agree.
And so when 2 comes out, I will probably not support it.
I probably won't go see it either, but I was never a huge fan of the first one in the first place.
I thought the first one was beautiful. Like, I remember
Yeah, it
watching it in
looked
the
great,
theater,
but-
and like, I remember the strain on my eyes and the physical pain in my head.
It was a lot
Yeah.
of blue.
Yeah,
Watch
pretty
it. does that.
really,
It-
really pretty.
Yeah, but man,
And that's-
it's a painful experience if you have glasses.
Oh, 3D movies?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I
It
didn't go
is-
see it in 3D when I first saw
Oh
it.
man,
but
I think that was the only
I
way.
never-
I was like, I have to see it in 3D, and it was better in 3D.
not this guy. Not this guy. I don't like 3D movies. I just
I
don't
don't
like
either.
wearing the
They're
weird
painful.
the glasses over my glasses. It just doesn't work.
It's really inconvenient for people with glasses.
Yeah. That's why
It'll
you
show up,
Everybody
yeah.
in the building has glasses. You all know my pain.
Yeah, 3D will show up again.
Is it like a
in
nerd
a few
thing?
years.
Like if you have glasses, like
I think it's a genetically bad eye thing. But
Yeah.
I think it's the fact that we don't care enough about our appearance to get contacts.
I
That's
don't
so
thi-
not true.
I don't think-
It took me 3 hours to pick these glasses out, and I regret it. I think I look stupid. I care about what I look like. I'm just too lazy for contacts.
Maybe it's not even
Contacts
appearance.
are
yeah,
painful
that.
for
And
me.
to be honest, I got these big ass bags. I'm not a pretty person, right? I look better the more I hide it. That's why I have a beard.
yeah, a lot of people look
yeah,
better with glasses.
I gotta agree with Tony. I'm the same way. I
You
can't.
see, like I have no
That's
chin.
why I got- that's why I
look
got
like-
the
If I
beard.
shave this off, I look like a praying mantis.
Yeah.
Like
What's that even mean?
I wouldn't have a chin. I had
I'm glad
surgery.
that this episode has been about self-discovery, my character flaws. That's
Tony's
so
not
funny.
chin.
Tony's
hey, I
praying
didn't
mantis.
discover it. I knew it.
That's so funny.
This
I
is
didn't even
active
see your shirt,
This
so
is a
no.
revelation.
Isn't that great?
that shirt.
So good. No, man. Well, I mean, what else is going on? Like, what else is current? The NFL just started up again. The Lions took a doo-doo on Sunday, like
Oh.
always. So.
we were here watching that game.
Oh, Lord.
And I remember looking at it. It was the beginning of the fourth quarter, and it was what? It was
24 to
24
6.
to 6.
You're like, there's no way the Lions lose. That's when you knew.
I come back and it's
24 to 16
Yeah.
with the
Yep.
Cardinals driving.
I agree,
And
Eli.
then it was the end of the game, and you're like, well, even if they score, we can stop them for the 2-point conversion, right?
And
I
they
knew we
don't.
wouldn't.
And then
I knew
they're
we,
No,
like,
I was in here calling it.
like
the whole
okay, well,
time.
there's a minute left. We can still drive and kick a field goal. We have one of the best quarterbacks. Nope.
Beards are alpha.
Oh, it's
Amen.
overtime. Maybe, and then like they're driving. Like, oh, and then now it said to Brad, like maybe we can hold them to a field goal and still win this game. I was like, okay, we held them to a field goal, and then Stafford just throws dart. I'm like, okay, stop. Like, like Lions just disappoint whenever they can.
yeah, it's,
Yeah, it was bad.
So
It was
Jason
really bad.
says beards are alpha. Y'all stop being a bunch of betas.
I see.
You do not have a beard.
Who,
Brad
me?
has a beard.
Thank you.
I have
so what's
scruff.
the length requirement?
Scruff.
I think it's a fullness requirement.
I seen.
He's working his way, but
I seen a girl post a meme that said beards are just makeup for men.
amen.
I agree with that. I
You know how
agree
much
with that.
work beards are?
I don't know. At least they're natural. Like makeup's not natural.
It's
the
hiding
premise.
my physical appearance.
Oh, makeup is usually
get you.
makeup
I
is
get you.
usually made naturally from animals.
No, it's tested on animals.
That's true, Jay.
It's tested on
Was that a
animals.
scary movie? It's like
think
stop
it's mainly
testing on
like-
animals and they're putting makeup on a monkey or something.
I think it's mainly like metals and dyes.
I
I
have
don't know.
no
I think there
idea.
are organic makeup.
I don't.
but-
Yeah, I don't.
I mean,
you don't
there's
wanna eat
beeswax,
both
that's
makeups,
about
I don't
it.
think. All right, guys. Listen, we got to finish this out, man. We got 5 minutes. We're talking about makeup.
No, we weren't.
Yeah,
we were
that's
talking
not
about
good.
beards.
That's not good. So.
Is there any games that you guys are looking forward to?
Well, they just came out with the new. Well, I guess it wasn't just came out. I think
WoW
it was last
Classic?
week. No, well, I've been playing that too, but we won't
You
talk
won't
about
let
that.
anybody finish the sentence.
Um,
You two are horrible with this.
I don't think that
They just came out with the new
valid.
updated rules for Star Wars Legion. For their new, then they updated a lot of
Yeah,
the
the
current
new
sets.
Legion stuff will be out someday.
But they updated the rules for
We don't know
stuff
when.
like airspeeders and ATSTs, and they dropped a lot of points costs on a lot of the original stuff.
Did you see
to make
what they
them easier
said?
to bring.
They
What?
said that those are only for tournaments.
I'm not abiding by that.
Well,
I don't even know what
bring
that.
Well, it means literally tournaments. So, like, if you're playing a game at a game store, they even said this on the live stream. Use the original points, and you're like,
No.
doesn't the competitive scene set the standard, right?
Oh, fairness. Like you want the game to be fair,
Well, you
right?
want it to be balanced, regardless if you're playing in a competitive. I guess the degree of competitive setting, because I think every game you play is somewhat
If
competitive.
it's
in
good
a
enough
way.
for a tournament, it's good enough for a pickup game, right?
Yeah, well, you would think like that would be the standard, right? Like you would kind of
So
want
I
to build
guess
to that standard.
Ask the inverse of that. So why would you not want to play tournament rules?
I can't see a other than if you wanted to play specifically a narrative game, or if you were playing just
So then you'd have different rules for narrative play.
well,
But
GW games do.
but there aren't. for
Legion doesn't.
So I don't know why you would use the original rules, except for just simplicity's sake, because instead of going online to find the points costs for example, you would just have it printed right there on your card.
To
that
me,
that
it
is the
seems
only
like
reason.
I think we've talked about this before, but it's like when you show up here to play a game, you're assuming people are going to use match play, competitive rules, but not meaning that they're being hyper competitive.
Exactly.
But when you
Just
play Magic,
update.
when you
Yeah.
play Modern with somebody,
You expect
Or-
them
oh,
to
wait,
not
hang on.
play band cards.
right? And let me exactly. Let me dial it back. When you ask somebody if they want to play a game, you don't just say, "Hey, want to play Magic?"
Yeah.
You might, but you're gonna
Well,
you
you
say
ask them
what
the
format.
format, yeah.
You say you want to play Modern, you want to play Commander. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean you're like, oh, this is super hyper tuned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there is a standard. I just thought it was kind of silly.
Yeah, oh yeah, that I know. I noticed it said recommended for tournaments. I didn't realize they went as far as and said you shouldn't use this for.
They
for
said you don't
casual
need to.
Oh well, I'm going to use them anyway, simply because it allows me to build a more fun list for myself, where I can fit some
I agree.
other stuff in there that I couldn't
Well,
fit in there before.
I mean,
Well, flat out, the
I don't think
airspeeder's better with the new rules.
oh, absolutely, it's
Like,
a lot better.
Flat out.
I don't
better.
think it
It's
needs.
awesome.
I don't think that it needs to be said to like use like if someone just wants to pick up game with their friend, it should just be a discussion between them too. If
Oh,
they want to use the
absolutely.
old rules,
I guess you never
use the old
need,
rules. They
you
want to use
never
the
need
new
permission to do that, right?
rules. Yeah,
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
why I don't get why they even made that comment.
Exactly.
It's just
exactly.
weird. I think that they were saying that they were keeping an eye on competitive play, but
I never understood the whole competitive play.
what do you mean?
I play games to have fun. I don't play games to win.
You don't play to win?
No.
See, every game I play to win. But I don't do it like it's not always like about being the alpha male. Like if I'm not playing to win, I feel like I'm doing you a disservice.
Yeah, well, so
don't-
I understand what you're saying.
Which is
So
why
one
I
of my
gravitate more
one of my
towards, like,
40
narrative play
Yeah.
stuff.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
one of my 40K armies I'm actually
Or
selling.
cooperative games.
And
Yeah.
I have
Yes.
stopped having fun with them, even though I win a lot with them. So I completely understand what you're saying. And I just don't have fun with them anymore. So that's why I'm getting rid of them.
Well,
But,
I guess even as a competitive player, like in Magic, like there was a time where my deck wasn't good, and I was trying thinking of a second deck. Someone was like, "You need to play this deck and this deck because it's broken. It's really good." And I tried them out, and I was like, "This is just so unfun."
Yeah,
So
exactly.
then I found a different deck that was well positioned that I did like, and
Exactly.
it was another fair deck. And my friends made fun of me because they're like, "All you do is like fair decks. You're never gonna be like, you're never gonna win with that. Like, be
Yeah,
super
but-
successful."
but
I was like,
that-
The whole
I was like,
experience, right?
Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
rather
but
do a
What's the point of
tournament.
playing a game.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'd rather do a tournament with a
Exactly.
deck that I like rather than do a tournament with just a broken deck just to win. Like,
Right. Just because then what
I th-
happens when you inevitably
I
don't?
think
you
you're
know
right,
what I mean?
though, Tony.
Like
I
you're-
think
You
in
get
a
more
casual
mad.
game,
Yeah.
I think
If you
fun
if you
is
if
more
you if you
important.
play it if you
I think it's
sacrifice your
most
fun
important.
and then
I've
lose,
definitely
it's the
sacrificed-
double negative.
Yeah.
So.
I've definitely
Which does not equal a
sacrificed my
positive.
ability to be competitive just so I can play with some other stuff to have fun.
Yeah.
Like, I completely understand what you're saying.
I don't think the point of, especially in a setting like here at Acropolis, like you're playing to have fun. You should.
Well,
be.
yeah,
And
so-
some people are coming in and saying, you know, there are
I
people that
disagree
try
with.
to
I wanna,
waffle stomp. and
Before
can't
we get
do it.
off here, I really strongly disagree with Eli's point here.
What's he say?
Not playing to win takes the point away.
Why are you guys saying stuff I'm not
I think it depends on the game. I think if it's a narrative game,
I disagree. I don't think that winning is the point of any game.
no. But if you're playing a tabletop war game, like if you're not trying to win, that means you're doing stuff that doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean?
Well, what if you're? I mean, but I'm saying you're the point. The end result is having fun.
You're-
I agree. I
So
agree.
if winning is fun to you, then they equate.
Well, I think that's definitely part of it. So
If winning isn't fun, then you're not going to do it. The point of playing a game is to have fun.
No, I agree. I
So-
agree. I want
I
my
think
opponent's
you're-
best
I guess,
shot.
I guess the problem is when you trying to have fun adversely goes away from you trying to win. So like then it makes it a negative experience for other parties involved. Like if I'm playing basketball, for instance, 1v1, and I'm actively trying to lose because
That
it's fun to
ruins
me,
experience
it ruins
for-
experience
I
for the
think-
other player.
Well, I think we're focusing too much on the actual winning aspect. I think a lot of the fun comes from trying to actually win, like Tony was
I
saying.
agree.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
You know, I agree.
Exactly.
I
think-
agree.
I
The
think
objective is fun.
it's-
The point of a
it
game is to
Yeah.
have fun.
Yeah,
You can handicap and still
So-
handicap yourself and try your hardest.
Well,
and-
that's
Yeah.
true too. So when you play chess, for instance, how do you have fun when you play chess? Well,
Right.
you're sort of trying to outsmart your opponent. You're trying to use different strategies.
Right.
I
So
mean,
that's the only reason I was saying is that like I prefer to not have competitive play, which is why I gravitate more towards narrative stuff.
And that's fair too.
Story-driven
Yeah.
And that's fair too.
experience.
If you don't like it,
Because
some games are definitely more
The
competitive.
object
than
of
others.
winning is less fun to you than the other games where
Well, if you're playing like D&D, there's no point. It's not like you win.
It's not that competitive, right?
Yeah.
You're not you're not
Well,
really
no.
in that competitive of a
Well,
setting.
D&D is
fun-
probably a bad example.
The
'cause that's
fun
very
groups
point-driven,
are not
right?
necessarily competitive, but there are groups that I've heard like. I think that's a min-maxing conversation.
I'm
Well, D&D may not be. What about World of Darkness?
That's fair.
I'm really waiting till my character dies in our story. Just
Oh,
because
he's dead
You
Thursday.
guys
I
should
don't
do
know,
a
we're
you guys should
probably
do a
never gonna
live
play
you guys
again,
should do a
but-
live stream D&D session.
I don't know if we can
should.
do that because I swear a lot.
Yeah.
And some inappropriate things
we've
come up.
had a
that's
lot
fair.
of inappropriate
That's
things
fair.
come up in our stories. I can't
that's
even
fair.
repeat it off camera.
I can never speak it again. All right, guys, that's the show this week. Thank you for watching. We love you.
No, we don't.
We do love you. Don't let them
Social
tell you
contract.
otherwise. So we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Bye
put here.
bye.
Mike, have a good night. Love you.
Stop saying I love you. It's creepy.
I love them. It's not creepy.
You gotta stop pulling that out until he says you're off.